something. Shh. We shouldn't be talking about this.
Hi guys, welcome back to episode number 6. We're big time now.
4 away from double digits.
We are.
Crazy.
That is kind of crazy. That's wild.
And today we're just gonna talk.
Yeah.
We're just gonna chat.
Just gonna see where the conversation takes us.
Yeah. Kind of how the podcast was. The idea of the podcast came from, right?
Mm-hmm.
With our late night talks.
Mm-hmm.
That started with ice cream and ended up with us laughing on the ground and Jasmine having a Charlie horse and yelling at us because we couldn't help her.
Double Charlie horse. I swear I was gonna die that day.
I remember that.
I was going to die that day, and I was dying but laughing at the same time because like I didn't know what to do, and then I was yelling at you guys for help, and you were all like,
you were like, what do you want us to do?
I was going to die. It lasted for like 2 minutes, and they just stared at me. They didn't even want to give me a pat on the back because in family we don't show emotion. We just stare at each other.
But it was really awkward because one minute you were fine and then the next minute you're screaming out in pain, but then you're laughing and so we're laughing and then you get mad and you're like, why are you guys just sitting there?
And then I'm pretty sure you started crying.
Both of your calves just clench up and they're on fire, and it's just like 2 Charlie horses at the same, like one is already really hard, 2 at the same time, like you can't even get up and try to like stretch it out. You just have to like sit there in pain. I died and I was resurrected and I came back with a vengeance. So anyhow,
oh my,
if anyone knows how to simulate Charlie horses, I'm going to figure out how to do it, and I'm going to do it to the both of you, so that both of your legs cramp up and you can experience it. And when you look at me for help, I can just stare at you like,
hey, yo.
We
literally said, what do you want us to do? And you said, I don't know.
But you should have. I was hysterical with pain. Obviously, I didn't have a clear thought. You guys, literally, you could have just been like, there, sweet one.
Would that have made you feel better?
Yeah. You know what? It would have made me feel comforted.
No, it
rather
wouldn't.
than just being stared at like a
you would have been, Judgment. You would have been like, "That's not doing anything. Get away from me. Stop touching me."
You probably would have like tried to like smack us out the way and been like,
you know what? You
think that's helping?
We'll never know because you never did it.
Correct. Unless if you want to get too.
I told you stay hydrated. You gotta stay hydrated. Have you had one since then?
That's like when someone gave me a how not to tear your ACL clipping
after you do it. Well, sometimes that's just
you want to know what's really funny though is that I was actually told how to not break my thumb before I broke my thumb. It was the same softball game because we were like I was practicing my catching beforehand. And, like, we were doing a drill, and he's like, don't do that. That's how you break your thumb, and you're out for 6 weeks.
Oh. Girl was out for 2 years?
But the funny thing is I didn't break my thumb catching.
No.
I broke my thumb tagging a person, and they slid into it. Yeah.
That one you can't help.
Nope. But it was just very ironic.
Yeah. But sometimes people they're not gonna listen before it happens. Like there's so many times people come into the hospital and they like had a heart attack or they had a stroke because they're smokers or they don't eat well, and it's like they've had that conversations with their doctors before, but now because they've had like such an extreme experience, it's like, okay, maybe I should listen then. Because I'm sure you've been told drink your water before that.
I do drink water.
I feel like you don't drink enough water. I don't see you drink that much water.
I have a whole water bottle. I do drink a lot of water.
She has a whole water bottle. Not a half of one.
You should be drinking more than 1 water bottle.
Well, I do.
A day.
Especially when I'm not working.
Depending on how big the water bottle is.
This is true. If it's like a gallon size, then yeah.
It's not
But
a
yours
gallon,
is not.
Jen.
Noah.
Yeah. His is too big. And he drinks it all right before he goes to bed. And it's like,
Is he like up and down in the middle of the night constantly
oh, yeah.
going to the bathroom?
He
My
gets
God.
up like 2 times to go to the bathroom.
Nah, I cut off water like an hour before bed so I don't have to get up
Oh,
in the middle
yeah.
of the night.
I absolutely hate getting up in the middle of the night.
It is the
The
worst.
only time that I
I-
drink water before bed is when I like need to get up early
Yeah.
in the morning. So
Yeah.
I'll like drink
Oh,
a cup of
but-
water, and
So that I
then
have
when
to
your
get
alarm
up.
goes off,
Mhm.
then you're like,
Oh, then
I
you
don't
have
want to get
to.
up. But then you're like, wait, I need
I
to
have to
pee.
pee. Mhm.
And then you
That's
get
fair.
up, and then
It
you're
is.
up.
Yep. That is literally
That's
the only
smart,
time I do
actually.
it. That is literally, yes. Or like, I'll be like, oh, I kind of could go to the bathroom before bed, but I do have to get up early in the morning. So I'll
Mhm.
save it for the
And you
morning when I
hold
have
it.
to get up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I thought it was just a me thing, but that's awesome.
Oh,
I'm
that's
glad there's someone else.
weird.
A
I always
life
go to the bathroom right before bed, even if I just went like 30 minutes before, because I'm like, I do not want to wake up in the middle of
Usually
the
I
night.
do, but if I gotta get up early,
Yeah. And
I
that's
have to
when I
wake up
know.
early. Jasmine, you wake up early like every day anyways. What are you talking about?
I know, but it's still
but if
so
you've
hard
had
to
like
get out
a
of bed.
late night, or like then you have to,
Mhm.
or if rare occasions when you have to wake up earlier than you normally do,
Mhm.
those times is when you do it.
Yeah.
Or if it's just something
Okay.
like really important and you tend to snooze your alarm, then
Mhm.
you do it then too.
You do it then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It might take a few
Life
tries though,
happens.
because if you don't plan it out right, you might be waking up like an hour before your
Right.
alarm, go to the bathroom.
Which
So,
sucks.
And
Absolutely.
that's
just
not
gotta be
the way to
careful.
do it. Yeah,
No, it's not.
because then you'll probably sleep through your alarm.
Yes.
Yo,
Don't want
Exactly.
that one.
Or if you're like me,
No.
you'll just be like, I just have to hold it. It's just an hour.
I do that, and then
Gotta train your bladder.
it's
You
not
ever
good
have
for you.
like
Don't do it.
you ever have like those dreams where you're peeing in your dream and then you wake up and you're like, oh, I really have to go.
Yeah.
Like I almost peed
Yeah.
my pants sleeping.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't
It's really
actually pee
fun.
my bed.
We
It
never
looked
said
like I
you
was
did.
about to. Your faces all look like I was about
It's
to say
just
that.
when you're first
all are
starting, it was
thinking
like,
it.
where are you going with this kind of thing? However,
Yeah.
my psych teacher had said to us, he was like, you guys realize that you're going to be the reason I end up in adult diapers, right? And we were like, huh? And he said, yeah, it's because teachers, since they have to stand here and teach all day, they're more likely to hold their pee in because they're supposed to stay in their classrooms the entire time.
Yeah.
And so they don't get to go to the bathroom until maybe in between class or
Wait,
something like that.
I remember teachers
And-
going to the bathroom.
Yeah, maybe that's
yes,
just,
but like they usually need, they're not supposed to, because they're supposed to be
Supposed
watching
to have
their
someone
class.
like
They're
watching their
supposed to be
class.
someone watching the class. Yeah.
I guess I can see for like young kids that makes sense.
Yeah,
but like once
but,
you
like,
get to
high school
high
and
school,
stuff?
like, bruh, what's gonna happen?
Public
Mhm.
high school.
Okay, well, me and
Okay.
Jasmine didn't go to public high school,
We
so I
didn't
guess
go to public
there's
high
that.
school, but there's also like the whole fact that like if you're going to treat like who you treat in class as a young adult, like grow up, and then you treat them like a
Yeah.
child, like I can't leave you alone for 2 minutes so I can go
Right.
to the bathroom. Like
I know.
it's just it doesn't add up.
It's sad. But
So
Because if you
it
can't
is
trust
also
them
a
then, like,
liability issue on the school.
no, I get that. But like,
Because
Yeah.
some
that's so
students
not
aren't
fair.
gonna, most students aren't gonna do anything.
honestly,
it's
they should
always
just
the
have a teacher that
1%,
roams
you know?
around who's like gets a
It's-
little page like, oh, class 208 needs me to cover for like 3 minutes so the teacher can go to the bathroom. On my way.
Yeah, you should have a designated person, I feel like. Because, like, you can even get UTIs and stuff from just holding
funny.
your pee in.
Yeah.
But that's
You
why
do not
that's
need
what-
that.
Yeah, and that's what he was
And
saying. He was like, "You
severe
guys are the
cases
reason
can
I'm gonna end up
explode.
in adult diapers."
Oh,
Dang.
man.
He should
Oh
talk
my
to the
God.
school about that. That sounds like not a his problem, but that sounds like a
I know,
school's
right?
problem.
Yeah, there should really be, like, a procedure in place so that teachers should be able to go to the bathroom when they need to go to the
If
bathroom.
I was a teacher,
they
I'd just go to
should.
the bathroom, and if I kept getting in trouble, I'd be like, then figure something out so I can go to the bathroom. This is just like
Yeah.
a basic need.
It's absurd.
The children
Like-
get to go to the bathroom in the middle of class. I should be able to
I
get to go
get
to
to
the
go to
bathroom.
the bathroom.
Yep. Or you know what? Shoot, they should just start taking their class on a whole bathroom break, just like you would do when you were little.
True.
Like,
Yeah.
every-
5 minutes.
we're in the middle of test. I gotta go to the bathroom. Get up.
True. I mean, you're in high school already. They trust you enough to walk between your classes and go to your class. Like,
Yeah. But
Yeah.
they don't trust you to just sit in the class and not do anything. Because again, it's the 1% of students who mess it up for the rest of the
no, I
99.
know.
And
It's
that's
also
something
the
you learn from like a young
stereotyping
age.
of that 1% that just like progresses
Mm-hmm.
them to keep acting like that.
Yeah. They
Like,
think it's funny and like they get
just
attention from it.
Correct. And it's something they're not receiving at home.
Yeah. But thankfully college is like so different. Like
Mhm.
they don't care. Go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
No,
you
They'll
don't
go to the
have to ask for
bathroom.
permission.
You're
You
paying
don't need a
for it.
hall pass.
Right. Like show up to class if you want. Unless part of your grade is based off attendance, then
Like
then
lab.
you should show up to your class
But
then.
it's also your choice.
It
It
is your
is your
choice.
choice. You're
Exactly.
paying.
You're paying.
You're
If you
paying a
fail,
lot of
then
money.
you're retaking the class on your
And
that's
they're
on
okay
you.
with that because then you have to pay them for
Exactly.
another
More
class you already
money.
took.
Yep.
But I don't know how. I mean, to a certain extent, they're okay with it. But like, they don't want
Because
you
they
failing and failing because they want good
their graduation
stats.
percentage
Yes,
is
Yeah,
too good.
They do.
yeah,
Which is why they put people on like academic probation or kick people
Right.
out of school to
Right.
keep those stats up.
Because I feel like it shouldn't be a graduation percentage. I think it should be a degree percentage. I think it should be this many students earn their like bachelor's degree or something like that within 4
Mm.
years.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you should like hate the fact that students want to learn more.
No,
Like that
I
doesn't
agree.
make
Yeah.
sense to me. Because it should be like, look at how many people are earning their degree within a good amount of time.
Yeah.
Why does it matter if they chose to graduate or not?
Right.
Whether they choose to
Mm.
go out into the workforce or not is up to them. But like, if to
But I mean,
you that 4 years is so important, 4 years is the average amount of time it takes to earn your bachelor's degree in something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you earn your bachelor's degree, you graduate.
Yeah, so I get, but yeah.
The only thing stopping you from graduating is applying for graduation, which I feel like your counselor would get on you about.
But other students who want to earn multiple majors or stuff like
Yeah,
that.
which okay, I see what you're saying. Like they should
That's
space
what
it
I'm
out.
saying.
Like a single bachelor's degree is
Yeah.
averaged
4 years.
4 years, whereas like if you want a double major, if you want a major and a minor, then maybe it's a little different.
That's
Yeah,
what
they
I'm
could
saying.
definitely separate the stats a little bit, which would be helpful for students to know. But yeah. But I
It'd
think
also
the
be
only
helpful
thing
to
is they don't get
that you
very
actually
many
need
students to
experience.
Hmm?
Like you can't just graduate college and be like, perfect, now give me a 6-figure salary job. Like,
Wish.
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that's
we
not
do wish.
that's not happening. They're gonna be
No.
like,
No.
where's your 10 years of experience? And you're like, 10 years ago I was in middle school, so I don't know what you want me to do about that. Like
Seriously though, I do not understand it.
It makes
doesn't
no
make
sense.
sense.
It's like to
Yeah.
apply for this job, you need 4 years of experience in this job. And it's like,
Yeah.
And it's like an entry level job. And you're like,
Yeah.
how am I supposed to get
Oh
in
my
this if you
gosh,
don't like give me the
yes.
chance to gain those skills?
Exactly.
And then you're stuck flipping burgers.
Yup. I mean, yup.
Because at least McDonald's or Starbucks offers free tuition. So if you wanted to go back to
True.
school, you could.
Chipotle, I think, does too.
they don't
Chipotle
offer
does
free
too.
tuition.
But they pay for some of it,
offer
right?
deduction.
They
Yeah.
offer
Reimbursement. That's a
reimbursement.
key
Yeah. I
thing
think
is
that's
you
what
need to
everyone
have
does.
the money in order to get the money.
True.
Yeah.
True.
that's
So-
really great.
Yeah.
They're like,
I know
Yeah.
Chipotle does a good job on that. McDonald's does a good job on that. Starbucks, they could do better.
Yeah.
Because for Starbucks, it's only through a certain university. However, a
Mm.
black horse, a dark horse, I guess is what it is, right? Is I think Papa John's, I think. If I'm correct on that, because they do like free tuition, no
Oh.
matter what major you're going into or anything like that. So
ooh.
shout out
nice.
to
That's cool.
the Papa John's out there. If you listening,
You know,
Your
I
girl in
really
college.
do hate like all those little like restrictions. it's
Checking
just
the
so
the marks
yeah.
and
Because
boxes.
like when I was going into my job after I graduated, where I worked with the kiddos, and it was like you could get paid a little extra if you had a degree in like a biology based subject
Yeah.
kind of thing. I graduated with neuroscience, which didn't fall under that category. And so I did not qualify
Seriously?
for it.
Because I
Yeah.
literally tried double majoring in neuroscience and biology, and they said that the majors are too much alike that you can't do that.
No, I know.
That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. And I was so on top of that, I was pre-med, right? So I had to complete all of those
Oh, yes.
biology, chem, all of that stuff anyway. So it was like, I was like, this is so stupid. But yeah, it's just like those little restrictions that it's just like, for what reason?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
reason?
But it's
See, that's the
also
other
like
thing. It's like if you're
places have
requiring
like
oh, go ahead.
you go.
I was just gonna say, if you're requiring like a science degree, like honestly, if it's just the undergrad, the first 3 years of school is practically the same
All the same,
for
pretty much.
all
Yeah.
of those science degrees or whatever. It's that last year that just gives you the little specialty like classes that are just like, here's your neuroscience classes to say you majored in neuroscience. Here's your extra biology class to say you majored in biology. Like here's your extra engineering class to say you like that's like literally it. Everyone's taking the same classes otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Which is kind of annoying. What were you gonna say, Souls?
Also, places I feel like have stopped giving higher pay for like bilingual.
Yes.
Yeah,
they
that
have.
is true.
That is so true.
Cause like there are times at my work when people are like, "Tu hablas español?" and I'm like, "I don't get paid to speak Spanish, so no."
I like
No.
that. I like that.
True. That
very
is so true. Wow. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like,
I didn't even think about that.
am I
No.
getting paid an extra 50 cents an
I
hour
even
to speak
ask
Spanish?
people at my job because, like, it can be a requirement half the time when we get people who like need an interpreter but don't have one, and like we're talking about their health and they don't know what's going on and stuff
Mhm.
like that. And like we have people who speak like Russian and Spanish and like all these other languages and stuff like that. Even French. There's a girl who speaks French. And I look at them like, "Oh yeah, you guys get paid like an extra dollar or whatever for being bilingual." And they look at me and they're like, "Huh? No, I don't." And I'm like, "I'm pretty sure you should." And they're like, "I don't think so." And I'm like, "Y'all better check on that." I'm like,
Yeah.
otherwise I would not be that free translator for anybody.
No.
Yeah, because if they're
Like-
doing that, they should get compensated for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's weird. You don't have like I know like a lot of hospitals now have like virtual translators now.
Mhm.
Pretty sure the patients have
And
to pay
so
for that.
oh, do they?
I'm pretty sure any translator that patients have it, they charge them for those things.
Not surprised.
No way.
Just start using Google
I did
Translate.
not know that. Because literally we would go in and just on an iPad, you like call in a
Yep,
translator.
you call in a
That
translator,
costs money.
but it's a service.
I don't know why I'm so surprised by that.
No, yeah,
sad
nothing's
though.
free in the hospital. Not even the air you breathe. You step
Oh
in
my
and they're like
gosh.
$50, and you're like,
Yeah.
but yeah, no,
Oh.
that costs money.
Everything costs money.
No.
Like there was this one person who we consistently get like every month who's deaf, and they never have a translator.
Oh, that sucks.
And so literally they just come with their like
They're
notepad or their
writing,
phone
yeah,
and
I'm
yeah,
sure
they
they're
just write
used to
everything
it.
down. Right. But it's like
That must be exhausting. I can't
Mhm.
imagine how exhausting that would be.
But then it's also like, okay, so we had one that came in just the other day. Deaf, had a translator with him, but like they're on the clock and they're literally only there for what like you need them for. So they're only there for your lab appointment. They're only there for your doctor's appointment and then they're gone. Like the minute his lab appointment was over, like translator was gone and then he had to ask somebody how to get out of the building. And they're like trying to like figure out how to communicate with him. And I'm like, this is just ridiculous. Like this is just not how you treat people. And everything's just transactional these days.
Yeah.
You know?
That's sad.
Which is really sad that's what
So sad.
determines everybody's life these days is how much money am I going to get paid to do that though?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
If I have to do that, are you going to pay me for it or am I doing this just to do it.
I know.
Because we were saying that when I was at work yesterday, we were like, we need to get cleaning done and stuff like that. And it's like, you can't really complain about cleaning at work because you could be cleaning at home for free.
Right. True.
But
You
at
should be
least you're
cleaning at
getting
home for
paid.
free.
Yeah, but at least you're getting paid to be cleaning here.
Right.
And it's
Yeah.
like probably a lot less messy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it's just crazy the mindset that we live in these days just because money runs the world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No,
And
I hear
it's
you.
sad. It's so sad.
It's
Because
so sad.
imagine how much more humanity could accomplish if people weren't so dead set on, I just need my next paycheck. I just need my next dollar.
Yeah. But that's because, like, the majority of the country is literally living paycheck to paycheck. Like,
Mhm.
honestly, myself included. It's like, yeah, maybe I need this, this, and this, but I gotta wait till Thursday because that's when the paycheck rolls in. You know?
Yeah.
And
And I
then it
think
all
that's where
goes
the
to bills.
mindset comes from. And then unfortunately that's the society we live in. It's like, yeah, we're all like, oh, how much money am I gonna make? When's my next paycheck coming in? But it's also because all these people are asking you, oh, rent is gonna cost you $1,500 a month, and on top of that, you gotta pay an extra $500 in utilities, and you're over here like, I make $15 an hour. Like,
Mhm.
And that's the other ridiculous thing, especially if you're moving into an apartment. It's like, well, we need like the security deposit, plus we need 2 months rent, and like la 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 la. And you're like, find me a job coming out of college that will pay me that. And then I will
Mhm.
get that job, and then I'll be able to rent from you. But then
Mhm.
all of my paycheck is literally going to go to you. I won't be able to
Mhm.
afford food. I won't be able to
Right.
afford gas. Like, I won't be able to
Mhm.
afford anything. Like, coworkers are going to ask me to go out for drinks or whatever. Sorry, don't have the money.
Yep.
Maybe I'll serve you some drinks for an extra job.
Mhm.
And that's the other thing. Everyone these days, I feel like, has 2, 3 jobs. Like, I don't think I could ask one person who I work with if it's their only job. Because
Mhm.
if, like, especially if they're not like a parent, which is another
Mhm.
full-time job, they're like doing tutoring on the side, they're like working on the weekends, they're doing something that's
Mhm.
like pulling in extra income, you know.
Mhm.
And it's just ridiculous.
It's sad. Like that's
Mhm.
how people are living. Like essentially you're working all the time so you can make money just so you can keep working all the time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like that is
And you're
not
just
how
living to
people want to
work.
live life.
No.
Yeah, I did a presentation my senior year for government, and it was like the map of the United States was like split up to show what percent of people owned what amount.
Mhm.
And like one little tiny red dot was like 40% of the entire population, and 1% owns like half of America. And it's
Jeez.
like,
That's crazy.
and it was also like, and so then I like did that, and then I was like, okay, now how much money do you think people get each year? And when it comes down to that 40%, they're in so much debt that the amount of debt that they have actually overtakes the amount they're making, and they're at a negative net income. And I'm like, do we see the issue here yet? Because
Mhm.
this is an issue, and it's right at everybody's doorsteps. I don't care,
Mhm.
like, because like I'm even writing a letter right now for like my food safety class, and like I was writing about like how death is at everybody's doorsteps. And it's like whether you know someone personally who has died, or whether you know someone who's known someone who's whatever and whatnot, you get the point. It's the
Mhm.
same thing with poverty.
Yeah.
You might know someone personally struggling. You might be the person struggling, or
Right.
you might know somebody who whatever and whatnot
Mhm.
Mhm.
who is struggling.
Yeah.
And our government sits there and watches it all happen because it's money in their pocket.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
The 1% of the population sits there and watches it because it's money in their pockets.
Yep.
Mhm.
They don't give a crap about nobody
Nope.
else. And we want to say, oh, look at how much better we are without slavery and this and that. And it's like, there's hundreds of thousands and millions of people dying every single day because of your lack of consideration for them. And you
Mhm.
call this humanity?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's my whole thing, especially with politics. Like, you go back on all of the debates, and as much as people wanted to try and bring up like how horrible the economy is and like making life livable for everyday Americans, it's like everyone wants to be like, oh, I grew up as an you grew up when the average wage was livable. Let's be clear on that.
Mm-hmm.
You grew up then. Yes, it might have been a quarter an hour, but you could live off of that quarter an hour. Whereas you can't live off of the $20 an hour today.
No. Right.
Like inflation is
Right.
crazy.
It
And then they
is.
want to say, I want to make America so that everyone can la 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 la. It's like, but you won't. You're living so well now. You don't know what that looks like,
Mhm.
you know? And it's just like, and they don't, it's not like they do anything about it anyway. Because then they go off and they're like, oh, but the border, let me bring this to your attention, make it seem like it's actually a big problem. So you stop focusing on the fact that you can't pay for your groceries that you used to be able to buy. You can't pay to take a little road trip because that would cost more gas money. Like you can't do all these things you would want to do because you have to pay to survive. Whereas they're all like, oh, but we're going to try and build that wall over there. But yeah, we'll say Mexico will build it. But obviously, we'll have to end up paying for it. And that's coming out of all of your paychecks. We're just going to raise your taxes. Oh, right. And then we wanted to make this monument. So taxes.
Yeah.
Oh, we want to increase Congress's salary. Taxes. It's like.
And that's what's so annoying is like it's like the government wants to push the blame anywhere but themselves. And it's like they have full control and capability to be able to raise minimum wage and to like put limitations on like, oh my gosh, don't even get me started on like medications and how I think they just recently put a cap on like insulin where it's like can only be $35 now, but before it was like thousand, like life-saving medications. They have the abilities to do these things, but they want to push blame on, oh, it's all these other people coming into the country. Isn't that what this country is supposed to be? A place of refuge for people to feel safe to come to? Stop blaming people. We did the same thing. We're all immigrants, except for obviously the Native Americans. But like every single one of us, all you
box.
Yes, exactly. And it just frustrates me. It's like stop blaming other people when you are in literally the position of power to be able to make a change and you're not doing anything.
Yeah. I agree. It's ridiculous. And it's so frustrating. And eventually all these things that they want to like keep people out of the country for are going to drive everyone out of the country. And unfortunately, yeah, they're probably going to keep the people they want to keep. And that's probably their whole goal out of all this. But like, you know, I mean, I just saw a video the other day where it's like, why did I move out of the US? Because here in this country, I spent $20 and like they had a huge bag full of like meat and like pasta and like literally stuff they can live off for a week. I'd have to pay $20 for a meal here. You know, it's like that's a problem.
Yeah.
Especially when you like start totaling up like how many hours do I have to work to eat one meal?
That's literally like what people do is because you compare like literally somebody will be like, oh hey, do you want to like meet up and study for this? And I'll be like, I actually have like work on that day, but and then you're like, okay, but if I were to take work off that day, I'd be losing this much money for like 2 hours of this. That's not worth it. Okay, I'm gonna work instead. And it's like, really? You're gonna make me choose between like $30 and having some fun with my friends for 2 hours. And I have to say that time isn't worth it because I won't be able to meet my needs without that $30.
Yeah. It's crazy.
it's just-
One day can make or break the bank.
Yup.
Like I literally had an employee on Friday who was not feeling well. Like you could tell. She walked in the door, she was not feeling well. I walk up to her and I'm like, "Hey, like do you need to go home?" She starts bawling cuz she's just like, "I can't afford to go home." And I'm like, but hun, you can't be here right now. Like, if you are not feeling well and if it's like making you this upset, I'm like, you just need to take a day. Like, your mental health is more important. She's like, but I can't afford it. And I'm like, you know what? We'll make something work. I will let you pick up an extra shift if you need to next week or something. I'm like, I will help you out. But I think you should go home. You should take care of yourself. And like the whole way out the door, just crying and crying and crying. And like she just texted me earlier today and she's just like, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to make up that day. And I'm like, we'll still figure it out. But like the fact that like it tears people down that much to miss one day of work because they can't afford it.
Yeah. Do you know how many times I've seen like patients in the hospital and they've been there for maybe a day or two and they're like, when am I going to go home? I don't have enough PTO. I need to go back to work. And I'm like, you're literally sick or you physically can't work. Like, that is what you're focused on. And that's sad. Like, that's sad that you can't even take time to try to be healthy to go back to work. It makes me so sad. It makes me so mad too. Like,
I know. Well, and that's because part of the problem is it's like work, it just gives you PTO. They don't give you sick time. They don't give you COVID time anymore. Like, they don't do holiday pay. They just give you PTO. And they say you have to work for PTO. But then this day that we're going to close the business, you have to use your PTO to cover those extra
I hate
hours that you didn't work. And it's like, but I could have gone to work. You're just saying, I can't go in because we're closed. Like, that's your fault. You pay me. Don't make me pay myself. Like, it's just ridiculous on that.
I agree.
But yeah, because it's like safety 101 literally in any like corporation ever is you can't go into work when you're sick. You can't. When you're throwing up, diarrhea, vomiting, just don't feel good, have a fever, whatever and whatnot, you're not supposed to work.
Right.
But people now have to be like, the food safety inspector ain't going to be there today, are they? Probably not. So I'm working because I need that money. That money ain't going to make itself. I can't. And it's like, well, I don't have the flex time or the PTO or whatever for it, where you're trying to save it so you can use it on something you want to use it on.
Yeah.
And it's not like you just make that easily. You get probably 0.3 hours per paycheck of PTO. And it's like, so I had to work a full 40-hour week to get 0.3, 0.5 hours of PTO. What, like, it's just so diminishing as a person because it's like, is that all I'm worth to you? Is that all we're worth to you as a company? Like, because one of my coworkers asked me the other day and they're like, have you ever just thought of like just walking out of the building, just walking out on a day that you're working, you just walk out and you're done. She's like, do you think like it would have an impact? And I'm like, honestly, no. Which is sad because it's like on one hand, to run a functioning business, having one person walk out, it shouldn't matter. But on the other hand, on just a humanitarian level, having one person walk out should matter. It should matter to you as a company. Our boss like is wonderful, but like her boss is terrible because there's different departments in the company and they don't know what our department does. They get on her about every little thing when they choose to like take a look, but they have no clue what goes on. They try and dictate what she needs to do when they don't know what they're saying. I get a promotion and they're like, congrats, but we have no clue what that means, honestly. We have no clue what you're doing out there. And it's like, so you're going to sit here and hold above my head my little $18 or so an hour and be like, oh, but I could, oh, come get it. Oh, come get it. You can do it. And it's like, excuse you when you're sitting over there doing what? Doing literally what? Because you seem to have all the time in the world to go be with your family, to go take days off. You seem to have all the time in the world to go chat it up with other people and then get on our butts about what?
Dude, seriously.
Yeah. You know the show Undercover Boss, right? Like, I feel like that should just be a full requirement. Like CEO, all those people up top, they should be required to expend a day in the life of every single one of their different positions.
Dude, a week
So they
in the
can,
life.
yeah, like
Mhm.
they need to understand. Like they need to understand what their employees are doing
And
and
what they
that
go
you're
through.
paying, like they should get paid however much they're getting paid for that amount of time. Like they should know the full experience. Because if you're gonna treat them like that, you better be okay being treated like that as well.
Yeah. And it's not even like the treatment on the company's behalf. It's like the fact that like just these days everyone is just so on edge. Everyone just like is so grumpy because life isn't great
Entitled.
here in America. And like you work in the customer service business and you get cranky customers it's
Mhm.
dealing with that.
Yeah.
That is like you need to get paid $10 more an hour to deal
Mhm.
with that.
Mhm.
Like I can do the work just fine if no one was in the shop.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like I can pretend to serve to robots. Like that would be more comforting. You know, I wouldn't get yelled at.
Yeah.
Probably
Literally.
have to clean up a lot of spills or something, but wouldn't get yelled at by all them Karens out there. It's like it's that part that is the
Mhm.
worst.
It is the worst.
It
And like I
really
even have
is.
a boss who's salaried who doesn't even work a full 40 hours a week, which is
That should
ridiculous.
not be okay.
It shouldn't be. And then like recently he started saying that like he's going to other clinic sites for 2 days out of the week. He's not even online until like noon. And then he's always leaving before me and I start before him.
Mhm.
And I'm like, "What the heck? Like how does this line up? Like how come you're getting paid so much more than me and I'm doing so much more than you?" It's like it's just ridiculous. And like I asked him to do one thing and he's like, "Okay, maybe I'll get to it." And then the next week it's like, "Actually, I couldn't get to it. Can you do it?" It's like, "Where's my paycheck that looks like yours?"
Seriously.
And then like this past week he's just like, "So I'm being required to use up all my PTO. So I'm going to be gone next week and then I'm going to be gone like the week before Christmas." I'm sorry, I thought we couldn't take weeks off before the holidays. But you can cuz you're an exception. That's awesome.
White men are always the exception.
Oh yeah.
Seriously.
Because literally, when I was kind of getting pissed off about like the whole cleaning stuff yesterday at work, because I was like, it's funny how the night crew is always the one that all this lands on when like a boss is coming in or something like that.
Mhm.
But it's the morning crew whose this paycheck actually matters for them. I'm sorry, I love them, but I could go find a job almost anywhere and get paid about the same amount of money. Whereas for them, they're getting paid more than I am.
Mhm.
And this paycheck matters a crap ton more to them than it matters to me.
Mhm.
And it's like, but then I'm the one cleaning up after you.
Right.
I'm the one making sure your job stays your job and you just get to do whatever you want in the morning. And it's like
Mhm.
there are things that are like specifically set as like morning tasks and they don't do them. And so then it lands on the night crew. Or
Mhm.
the other day it was like, when's the last time this got cleaned? And I was like, the last time that I cleaned it, which was
Yeah.
probably months ago, because I would assume that anybody else could have the audacity to clean it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Anybody. It
Yep.
shouldn't just be me. And it's like,
Yep.
oh, I don't even know how to clean it. Coming from my assistant general manager.
Oh.
Isn't it the
Oh, my
worst?
assistant manager, right? And I'm like, you've
Yep.
been working within this corporation for how long?
Yep.
Mhm.
Longer
I get
than I
that
have,
all
because
the
it's only
time.
been a year, and I've cleaned that machine more than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does that make
Yep.
sense? It
It doesn't.
doesn't.
Mhm.
And so
Nope.
it's things like that where it's like, how can you sit here telling me what I need to make sure us night crew people get done, and you don't have the same expectations for yourself and your crew?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that is what pisses me off, because I'm like, I'm 18.
Yeah.
You're 35 or so,
Yep.
and you're expecting me to keep rough like
Yeah.
9 people in line doing what they need to do all the time, and you can't keep your 9 people in line doing what they need to do all the time,
Yep.
and you complain to me about that, and you tell me that, oh, sorry that we couldn't get this done because I can't control people. Not saying that you should have to control them, because they should be willing to work because they're getting paid to do it.
Getting paid for it. Yep.
Not, and again, not that you're getting paid enough to do what you're doing, but you are getting
No.
paid.
But yeah.
Yes.
Because as far as I'm concerned, y'all are old enough to have gone to college, be out of college, and have a stable job for some
Mhm.
part
Yeah.
of it. You don't need to be working here for
Right.
the measly weasley $18 to $20 an hour that you're getting paid. You could
Yeah.
be
Right.
working 9 to 5, sitting at a desk job,
Yeah.
which would be terrible, but it'd be pulling in more money than you're making here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, they signed up for it. Like, they're
Yeah.
well aware of the job and the requirements they're asked to do for the price they'd be getting paid. They're well aware of that. And so they signed up for it and they need to be okay with it.
Yeah. It sucks. It sucks. And
does.
honestly, you grow up and you hear, if you get a job that you love, you never work a day in your life. Well, now in today's society, that's bull, because you're finding a job that is going to pay. Everyone is sacrificing that. They're finding a job that is going to pay the bills,
Mhm.
that's going to scrape them by, even if they have to moan and sigh at the end of the day. Because maybe
Mhm.
they'll have some extra money to buy some alcohol to just, soak all their pains away, or buy their more video games to just take their mind off the world. Like,
Yeah.
everyone is now going to try and find an outlet to escape life. And that's just what happens now.
Which
Like,
is sad. That
it's so
escapism
sad.
has to be that normalized,
Mhm.
because the reality that we live in sucks that much.
Yep.
Yeah.
That you make VR like everyday product that people can buy and use to quite literally escape into a different world
Mhm.
and feel like you are actually there.
Yeah.
That says something.
Yeah.
It does say something.
Mhm.
It's sad.
But you know what? At least we are one step closer to robots taking over the world. Thanks, Tesla.
And AI.
And
Literally,
AI.
though. Because apparently Elon Musk is like within Trump's cabinet now.
Yes, I saw that. Did you see
How?
Dr. Oz is like
How
gonna
does
be
that
like
happen?
head of like
Oz?
Medicare or Medicaid or whatever?
No.
I'm not kidding.
Wait.
Trump is like
What?
forming new parts of the cabinet now that have been around for decades, but no, now we need new parts too now.
Yeah.
It's like, but then all
Like
the
second
important
stuff
parts are going to go down the drain and it's not going to matter anymore. So,
Oh no.
just a little something to look forward to for the beginning of 2025.
Oh no. Oh,
Which is kind of crazy that it's
no.
almost 2025, considering
Yeah.
COVID
No,
was then
scary.
5 years ago.
So scary.
It's
Huh?
Yeah, wait, that's
What?
wild.
And like we were talking about
5
this the
years
other day, and
ago?
it's like there's gonna be kids who like don't even know what COVID is. And it's gonna be like,
yeah.
what?
Crazy.
Or it's just gonna be as common as like the common cold. It's like you guys
Oh
went
my
into
gosh.
lockdown for months for this.
Oh my gosh. Have you ever
Yeah,
thought about
we
like
did.
we're gonna have kids and they're gonna be like, oh, we just learned about COVID and we're
In
like,
history, and it's gonna be like,
Yeah.
we'll be like,
You're like,
excuse me, I lived through that. You're that old?
or remember, I remember how there was like the whole World War III scare. Like,
yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Oh my gosh, yo. Oh wait, that was a wild time, bro.
Was. And that was right before COVID, and then everyone's like,
Yeah.
COVID!
COVID.
Everyone forgot about World War III because everyone's doors were shut.
Yo.
Hey, that's a way to stop the war.
there you
Create
go.
plague.
Just spread a really thick disease.
Maybe that was the war.
Oh, but also, did you know that like some disease is coming back? Malaria, I think. It's like getting spread into the United States now because some insects are now, because of global warming, are migrating further and further. And so now malaria is getting spread back around in the United States.
Well, a lot of diseases actually are as well because of big anti-vaxxer movement and kids aren't getting vaccinated. And so things that have been like just like basically gone are coming back now because
That's what happens when you don't vaccinate your children.
Well, and then there's like the head of like healthcare or something that Trump elected or whatever to his cabinet is an anti-vaxxer.
Huh.
And
Solid.
he's just like, I'm not going to bring like my own beliefs into this job, but we all know how that ends
You
up
are.
working out.
You are.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh no.
Yep.
Oh goodness. This
Yep.
is gonna be crazy.
This is gonna be bad.
This is gonna be very bad.
Yep. So here's to the next 4 years, kids. May we survive
We'll try our best.
and find a good country to live in.
Because it sure
I'm
ain't gonna be
staying
this
here.
one.
Or just an island where no one knows we exist.
Yeah.
True. Unfortunately,
You know what?
I have to stay here.
I would
because
do that.
I'm getting my medical degree here. I'm not trying to go somewhere else and get another
True.
medical degree elsewhere.
Fair. That's fair. That's fair. But
Don't
I
worry,
would
We'll be right here with you.
give up all technology if it meant I could live safely on an island of my own.
Fair.
You don't really use much technology though, Jasmine.
Other than watching TV,
You
my
need to give
phone,
up
I use
your
all the time.
blankets. You need to give up your blanket.
How am I going to stay
Mhm.
warm on this island?
The island
Most
should be warm.
islands are
It's an
warm.
island.
Yeah.
That's not always true.
You can have one
No,
blanket. You can have one blanket. No. You can have two. You can have one for your bed and then one for like late at night if you want to chill out by like a fireplace.
Fine, I'll
or
roll with that.
something.
Now buy me my island and I'll give you my blanket.
Whoa.
I thought that's where this
I don't
was
have
going.
money for that. I
Oh,
don't have money.
yeah, we know.
My money's fake.
Nor do I. My money goes to bills. Okay, should we roll into our little game segment portion of our
sure should.
episode?
Go for it.
Just to lighten the mood back up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Go and bring it around to anime.
Oh yes, just like all of last episode.
Literally,
Yes.
because
Because if you
anime
haven't
should rule the world, but
It should.
Oh, I
It could
don't know
bring peace
about all
and
that.
harmony.
big money, man. Anime. No, I'm kidding.
No, some of those worlds in anime scare me.
No,
Oh,
no.
for
What
sure.
I'm saying though
Oh.
is anyone who watches anime, once you see their little charm or their shirt, and you immediately go, "Oh my god, I love Hunter x Hunter," you're instantly best friends. Instantly best friends.
True. That is true.
It like
It's-
could save society.
It's like when you graduate college and then you're now an alum, and every time you see someone with the like a sweatshirt or something, you're like,
I graduated from there,
"Yo, we-"
and you're instantly best friends.
exactly
I'm
like that.
serious.
Yeah.
It really is, because one of my lanyards is Hunter x Hunter, and
It is
whenever
Hunter x
somebody's
Hunter.
like, "Hey, I like your lanyard," I'm like,
You're anime. I like you
"Yes,
now.
do. Yes, you do."
And it's just
Yes.
that little thing that's just like, I see you, I like you, we aren't gonna have problems.
Yeah.
Yup. Yeah. You know they have good taste, essentially. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So, speaking of Hunter x Hunter, we're going to be blind ranking Hunter x Hunter characters based on power,
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Strength.
strength.
Are we doing like all round? Like, are we talking about like just pure physical strength? Are we talking
Ooh.
durability mixed with strength, mixed with combat ability? You know, like
I think strategy
overall,
also has to be with
and
that. Because you have to
strategy.
think of people who maybe like aren't the strongest, but they win
they
so
are
quickly
big-
because they're big thinkers. So
Okay.
I definitely think we need to just
So
kind of include
overall kind
their
of thing.
Like an
overall
overall-
abilities in combat.
Are we
Yes.
all are we all gonna try and agree on a spot to put them in and like talk over why we're putting them in that spot?
I don't see why not. Let's
Okay.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
So I was gonna be like, I'm gonna forget what numbers I put people at, so I'm
It's true.
not gonna remember, guys.
Let's do this. I'm using a TikTok filter, everyone. So
So
the first one is Kite.
Okay.
Okay.
He has the gambling little
Yes. But there was like a
quirk
flaw to
to-
that though, because he couldn't pick
correct.
what it
He
landed
can't
on.
pick. It's
But
a
it
gamble.
was usually pretty good because he could make even the worst of it.
Yeah, and
Pretty
he
good.
oh, I hate this one, and then he
But
killed.
I loved him, and he didn't last.
It was so sad.
It was so sad. Are we doing this out of 10?
Yep, out of 10.
Yeah, so they get a spot on
Yeah.
from 10, 9, 8, 7.
Oh,
up.
and I know there's so many good ones. I feel like
there
he
are. He's like
should be 5 or 6.
I was gonna say he's like a middle. He's
Yeah.
a middle because I don't feel like we saw enough of him. We
Yeah.
definitely saw what he could do, and it was definitely
Right.
very cool. But for the fact that he didn't survive, I think you have to.
Right.
Yeah.
Was that at his own fault though?
No.
Not necessarily because he was
No,
saving
wasn't.
somebody else.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It's true.
Worse.
So
Yeah.
can we fault him for that?
No.
Because that shows that he has compassion. He
Bravery.
has a heart.
True.
Bravery. So maybe a 5.
Yeah, give him a 5.
A 5?
Give
Okay.
him a 5.
All right.
So sad.
Alright.
I love that man.
Next is Leorio.
Oh. Somehow he managed to pass the 100 test and nobody knows how.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. So automatically, like he's sitting 9, 10 in my opinion.
Wait, I'm
Is
sorry.
10
Am I-
best or the
Yeah,
worst
that's
for you?
what I'm figuring
Yeah,
out. I'm
wait.
going
It's the
3 like
worst.
he's low on the scale.
No, it's the worst. 10 is like they're the worst. 1 is like number 1. They're number 1.
Oh.
You think he's lower? Okay.
8.
8?
I know
Really?
there's worse.
That's why I was saying 9, because I'm sure there's worse. But like, I'm sorry, he's not strong.
No.
He's
Think
not
of it.
that
Top
smart.
Sky comes up
Like,
though.
think about when they were doing the riddle test, and they're like, if you had to pick between one or the
Yeah.
other, and he was sitting there
Fair enough.
actually trying to
Give him a
think about
9.
it.
Give him a 9.
Okay,
him a
because like, there's not much going
Okay.
on up here. He's not strong. He's not.
Okay.
He's just
Yeah.
a med student.
All right.
Literally, he just wanted the money.
He did.
True. Okay.
Real, he figured it out, dog.
You
He
right.
just
You
wanted the
right.
money.
Actually, now that you say that, you right.
Put his life on the line for money.
Okay. So 9. We're gonna put him at 9.
Yeah.
All right. 9 he is. Next is Meruium.
Which one's that one? Do
Who
we
is
have
that
a
one
picture?
again?
The Ant-Man guy.
I know it's the ant, but I didn't know which one.
It's not showing
we
because
just
it's not
need-
on my head.
uh,
I can look it up.
Let me pull up a picture. Of Meruium. I don't even know.
that's
if
not the
pronouncing his
main
name right.
one, is it?
That's not. I don't think that's the main ant guy. That's like the super breed.
The green one? No.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it is. Is that like
Yes,
the
the
butterfly?
green
Oh,
one.
it is?
Oh,
It
that's
is?
This guy.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. So
that's
he's
combat?
up there.
Yeah. I mean, I think we all know we'd have to give him a 2 because I think we all know who's better than him.
I feel like I want to put him at 3, to be honest.
3.
Yeah, I feel like there's.
I feel like there's a couple people that I would place above him.
He's strong. He's
He's
fairly smart. However, the blind girl was smarter because
That's
she won.
true. That's true.
It's true. He's kind of immature.
He's very immature, and I think
But
that
he was
was one
also,
of
like,
his faults.
A week old.
Well, yeah,
I know.
but again, they're
But we have to
But
factor that in, right?
Yes, that's fair. That's fair. Fine. Give him a 4 or 3. I'd
I'd
probably
say
put him
3.
at 3.
3.
He's
Okay.
Yeah.
definitely one of the strongest characters in there.
3 he is. Next is Machi. Pink-haired girl.
From the fandom trope?
Yeah.
True.
Pull up another picture.
She's the one who helped Hisoka with.
Oh, yes. She was the sewer.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We didn't
Yeah.
see much of her.
We didn't.
But I thought her abilities were cool.
They are cool, but they don't
Yeah.
know what that looks like in combat. Is my only
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
Is she stronger than Leorio? Yeah.
But, you also have to think about that she was in the Phantom Troop. You only get in there if you're some of the best.
But again,
But you
I'm
also have
basing
to
this off of what we've seen from them because
Fair enough.
then you could probably say that all the Phantom Troop members should just be the top 10, and that's just not what I would say. So, based off what we've seen from her, I'd put her at number 8.
Okay. I was gonna say 7, but 8 is fine with me.
Yeah. Okay. Chill.
Are you sure? Judgment looked like she disagrees with that one.
I'm just
No,
trying to.
no, because I
how
realized
would
we put.
you
I feel like
put-
because I'm just thinking. I feel like we should have put Leorio above her, but then again, maybe not. So no, I think 8 works.
Yeah.
Yeah,
8?
yeah.
Alright,
8.
8 it is. Next is Peyton.
Who?
Oh,
Peyton.
I think he's not as strong as Kite. See, we might have made a mistake putting Kite at 5, honestly.
You think? I don't think so.
I don't know. I just don't think that
I
Phaeton
just
is
think it's
stronger
like
than
we
him.
didn't see as much of Kite. Oh, okay, he's better than Kite.
Is he?
I liked him
I'm
more.
trying to imagine him in a fight versus Kite, and I still feel like Kite would win.
Yeah. So
Here,
you think
here's a
he's
little
like
gif of
4?
him
I mean,
fighting.
a 6.
There you
Like,
go.
I'd
He's got some
probably
sword
put him at
movements.
6. Like, he's definitely strong, but in my opinion, if we've put the Chimera Ant-Man at 3,
Yeah, 3. Okay, fine. Yeah, I'd give him a 6 then.
I'd give
A
him a
6.
6.
Mhm.
Okay. I'd agree with that. Shoot.
Shoot.
I feel like this one I don't
Man,
remember
that
too
rings
much.
a
I need
bell,
a
but I
picture.
can't picture
It
him.
does, but it's like,
I got you.
wait, is this the offspring of the reincarnation
This
of
guy.
Kite? Oh no, I can't.
Oh, him?
I cannot see that.
You
Can you
can't?
put it closer to the camera?
Oh, you're blind. I
Thank
forgot.
you.
Oh, him! I remember
Yee.
him.
He's kind of cool.
He's not as
He
strong as
is.
Phaeton, so whatever.
No.
So 7,
So
8,
7 then?
7.
There's
7,
7 or
'cause eight's
10
already
below
taken.
that's left. Yeah.
I
He's
would do
definitely
7. I wouldn't do
stronger
10.
than Leorio.
Yeah,
He's,
I agree. It's the
7.
7.
Yeah, 7.
So we have to get
Okay.
really good
Our
ones now,
10
guys.
spot is gonna be horrible.
I know.
Yeah. This
All right,
could-
7 it is.
I
You
should
ready?
put Leorio at 10.
All right,
See,
who's
I was like-
next? Vacuum girl.
Oh, okay. But she's not.
She honestly would have to go to 10. We all know it's only gonna get better. We
But
all
we
know it's only
don't
gonna
know
get
that.
better.
We don't know. It's a problem.
Because
I'm
then
Man, I
voting
was
her at
really
10 because
thinking-
okay, we
she's
have-
not better than Kite.
no, and we have what? We have 4, 2,
You
1.
think he? We have 4, 2,
10.
1, and
And
10.
10. She's a 10. And on this rating, she's a 10.
Worse than Leorio, though, man.
No,
Yeah, that's
we
why I'm
messed
like-
up.
Leorio
We
at
messed
10,
up.
dog.
Just throw
I
her
don't
a
know.
10 and we'll admit we messed up.
Are we sure?
We're gonna have
Yes.
some wonky numbers here. Okay, we can just go over at the
10?
end what we would have done.
Would have done
Also.
with the number
That's
with
fine.
the okay 10
Okay.
she is, I guess. Click it.
Because I feel so bad.
Here we go. All right, next
Please be
is
someone good.
Morel. I'll pull up a picture because he's like the big guy
Oh, the
with
big Phantom Troop
pipe
member?
thing.
Pipe thing.
Pipe thing.
Who's this guy?
Oh,
he
the
was
smoke
good.
dude.
Yeah.
He's okay. He's
would
Here he's
good.
the
4.
Because we have 4
He's a
left. I
4.
would do 4.
okay. 4 he
Because
is.
he's definitely better than Kite.
Definitely.
So I
better than
think that
Kite.
was perfect, actually.
Yes. I think he's better than everybody that we've ranked so far. So
Because
after
he was
Melody-
like actually in like the top
He was-
3 of like.
yeah,
Oh
yeah, he
gosh,
was
what is
very
it?
good.
It's Melody.
Not B girl.
Oh,
Oh wait, no.
no, the song girl.
No, we should have put her. No.
He's gonna have to go at number
Forgot about
2.
her. No, can we skip her? Can we skip her?
Skip.
No,
Can't
You
skip.
can put her at number 2, dog.
She has to go at 2, bro. You know
Guys.
she's gotta go at 2.
In her fairness, though, she was smart.
That's
She
true.
she did stuff,
She could
you
hear
know.
really well.
All right,
give her
2 it
2.
is.
She probably
This
had
might
the
be a
biggest
good
brain on
one.
the show. I mean,
Okay. This is not Netero.
He's worried who's the last
I'm
one.
gonna pull up a picture because
is that another Chimera?
this
yet?
one? No,
Oh,
yeah, he's one.
he's 1. That's why I was like, okay,
He's- Grandfather, man. He's
okay.
had
That was
the,
it, guys.
like,
So we all
99
know-
This is
years.
our
We should have switched.
So basically,
I think okay. Real question is Leorio better than Melody?
no. See, I was gonna say Leorio would be number 10,
Leora should have been
then
10.
And then
Melody.
Melody should have been
Then Melody.
9. Yeah.
and then the sewing.
No.
lady.
Yeah, Melody. And then
And then I think we should have put Vacuum Girl as
5.
7 or 8.
Oh wait. Okay, wait. Let me think about this. Okay, because we have Leorio, then we have Melody, and then the sewing lady at 7.
Oh.
8? That'd be at 8. And so
I would
then
put Sewing Lady above above. Oh
above
no.
the vacuum girl? No. And then vacuum
No,
girl would have
okay.
fallen
Yeah.
7,
Yeah. And
right?
then
Okay,
yeah,
and then
yeah, should've been a
who's
7.
10? Leorio's 10.
Yes,
Leo's
Leroy's
10,
10,
And then Melody?
Melody
And
is
then Melody,
9, and
and then
then
sewing
8
lady.
was Sewing
I'm
Lady.
putting Melody above Leora.
7 is Vacuum Girl.
Yes. You can-
6 is still our guy. Because then are we leaving Kite at 5?
Clayton.
Yeah.
No, who was below? Wait.
Yeah, I think everyone then just shifts up one,
Yeah. Okay.
right? So it'd be Leorio, Melody. Then you said the
The
sewing
pink-haired
girl,
lady. Yep.
and then vacuum girl,
Mm-hmm.
or shoot.
No, put Shoot above her.
Really?
Yeah, put Shoot above her.
Yeah, I guess when we saw, if we're looking at
Yeah.
what we've seen,
True.
then yeah.
True.
Shoot
Okay.
would go above her. Someone that put Kite at 4?
Yes,
Yes.
because
Okay,
then
that's what I
it'd
thought.
be
Then everyone moves up. Then.
Phaeton at 5, Kite at
At
4,
4.
then
And
Morale
then-
at 3,
We're right.
and Ant Guy at 2,
Yeah,
and
that works.
Grandpa Man at 1 still.
One. I think that's
Perfect.
perfect, actually.
That's perfect, actually. Yep.
Okay. Good.
Wow.
Awesome. If you don't agree, please go watch the show and let us know your opinion.
Yeah, real. Let us know. Let us know. Tell us. Tell us what you want to hear. Tell us what you've enjoyed.
Yes.
Yes. Please converse with us. We want to
Give
know
us
your
ideas
thoughts on
that you would
anime.
like to hear us talk about.
Yeah. Something that you're passionate about. Let's hear
We're here
about
for the
it.
people, unlike the government. And your job.
Oh my gosh.
Let us be your escape from reality.
Real, because we're still in
Yes.
reality.
Yes. Yes.
So it's not full escapism. It's like
No.
escapism
With rants.
with
Letting out,
rants. It's
venting,
like
And
you
then
wish this was reality kind of thing. Like
Yes.
you wish that this was the
Yes.
norm.
also tell your friends to listen,
Yeah.
even if it's just for a
Yeah.
little bit. Just give us that little view, that little listen, that like.
We just want
that
you to sit
comment.
with us and enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just come
Pop
join
us
us.
We
on
can be on the
Holiday
background
Gaming.
while you vacuum.
Well,
Ex-
then it's hard to
You won't
hear.
be able to hear very well.
Yeah.
As long as you got
Maybe-
maybe got
Put us in your
headphones
AirPods.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even then, you gotta really turn it all the way
that's
up.
true.
And if
And
we
then
have a
when
lot
you
of people
stop
out there
vacuuming
who
and then
work
it's like-
out, we'll make you a pump up app where we can just motivate you the entire time. Like, go, you got it. Push a little
One
more.
more rep. You
Think
got
about it. You want to go eat that
this.
chocolate cake after? We need one more rep. That's what I tell myself in the gym.
Not that that's how you should be
When
thinking
are you
about
in
it.
the
Not
gym?
that that's how you should be thinking
No,
about it.
that's
No,
not how you
not
should treat the
that-
gym.
Yes, you should just think you deserve the chocolate cake because of what you go through every day.
In this government, or any government, anywhere in the world,
They should
you
be giving
deserve that
chocolate
slice of cake because you made another day.
You did.
Yes.
Period.
Yep.
And if you don't feel like making it another day, maybe just go eat that chocolate cake and you'll change your mind.
Yes. Exactly.
It
Or
does
whatever
happen.
cake you enjoy.
I
You know, some
literally
people
just
don't like
saw-
chocolate, I guess.
This is totally off topic. Not really, but like a little bit off topic. It was like this Instagram video, and it was like 5 reasons you should keep living. And the first reason was potatoes.
Yes. Literally.
That's so real,
I can have
though.
a whole episode on how you can make potatoes in every single different way. It's amazing. The potato is just, it's the food. Like,
It is
it
amazing.
pairs with just about everything.
It
It's
does.
amazing. You can make
is
it any different
amazing.
way. It still tastes great.
Mhm.
It tastes
I
different, but
agree.
it tastes great. So
Yep.
anyhow, eat a potato. Eat a few.
Eat a
Eat a
potato
and a
eat
slice of chocolate cake.
Yes.
Or make a potato chocolate cake, because that is out there.
Oh,
Probably wouldn't be too
Because you
bad.
know how like you put applesauce in
Interesting.
cake?
yeah.
It's like that. So it's like a
It would
moistener,
almost,
you know?
yeah, or like even
That's
sweet
not-
potato and stuff. Yeah, no, I can see
Ooh,
that.
sweet potatoes too, guys. Go eat a sweet
Yeah,
potato.
sweet potatoes are good.
Just anything potato.
Potato.
Yeah.
Make it
Potato.
the theme of the week this next week. Eat
Yes.
potatoes.
Potatoes.
Eat your potatoes.
With Thanksgiving coming up.
Yeah, you better be having some
Having-
potatoes.
Having
Potatoes.
happened when this releases, though.
Crap.
Oh,
With
true.
Thanksgiving having happened,
You
and
better
you
be
having
eating your
extra
leftover potatoes.
or they're having the
Mhm.
sale of potatoes at the store. Bring them in.
They're not having a
And we'll figure
sale
out what
on
to do.
potatoes,
Figure out
Jethro.
how many
No, I
ways you
know.
can make and eat potatoes.
Yeah, get
That's
creative.
our goal for you this week.
Yeah, be creative.
Exactly. And with that,
Absolutely.
kids, thanks for another episode.
Peace
Yes.
out. Thanks for tuning in. See you all next week.
Peace out.